all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
On Gerald the Bossman show, we're talking to the new head football coach at Howard the Bison up in the DMV in Washington D.C. Coach Ryan Prince. Coach Prince, I know you're getting ready for camp here real soon with the guys. You got first game against Maryland on August 31st, College Park, man. So I know you're excited, Coach. How are things going up there for you in the DMV, man?
Things are going good. It's as you can imagine, it's been busy. Since we've arrived in December, we've spent a lot of time recruiting, but we've also spent a lot of time really trying to get to know our campus and our constituents here, and really figure out what makes Howard University tick. And I'm really excited about the season we have coming up.
And, Coach, how has recruiting gone for you guys? Because Howard's a known brand nationally. I don't care where you're in the country, they know about the Howard brand, Coach. And, you're in the DMV, the D.C. area, a great city and town, a lot of experience there, a lot of environment around its university and just the whole city of D.C. as well, a lot of his history. So how's recruiting been, getting guys to buy in and want to come and be a part of what you're doing there at Howard, knowing that you're a former guy that's been in the NFL, that can also help them and show them the way how it's become an NFL player as well?
It's been phenomenal. I have to tell you that I recruited this area for many years, probably 15 years, at a number of different schools that I coached at. And so for many years, I was really, talking to these young people here about, going away to college. I can tell you now, Washington, D.C. has been a great place to recruit, too. The town has changed so much. Billions of dollars have been invested in the city. So that's a real positive. That's a real amazing thing. It's a vibrant town. We all know it's the most powerful city in the world, but it's also a very youthful city. There's 7 universities here in the area, so there's a real energetic vibe, real positive vibe in this area. But the other big part of this, and I don't know that every young person that we talk to knows this, but Howard's a Tier 1 university. It's one of the top universities in the world. And it's a special place because of its history and its impact on our culture. But this is an unbelievable education. I think we're the 89th ranked school in the country at this point, and they're talking about the next year going even higher. But when you add the number 6 media market in the country and all those things that I talked about, it's a great place for young people to be able to demonstrate what they can do and show their brand.
After some years in the NFL, coach, at the Detroit Lions there, also you went to Michigan as an analyst. What about the opportunity at Howard really resonated with you to say, hey, this is where I want to be. This is a good place to go coach and get my foot back in as a head coach. So what kind of triggered you to go to Howard after your time in the NFL and being in Michigan as an analyst last year?
I kind of called it some unfinished business, JR. It was Howard was a place that I committed to back when I was a youngster. Willie Jeffries was the coach here. We started following Coach Jeffries, the first African American coach at a PWI, primarily white institute, out at Wichita State, where I grew up in Kansas. And so we watched him, and we were in awe of him and watching him on the sideline. He was the first one, right? And so there were folks in our hometown who had gone to Howard, and they said, hey, told my mom, you ought to have that boy consider Howard. And we did. There was a coaching change, and it didn't quite work out. And so I ended up going to school elsewhere. But that was my first beginning relationship with Howard and being enamored with it and understanding what it really is. I later had a chance to go coach for Willie Jeffries at South Carolina State and really learn what has made him really distinctive in this business. But for me, coming to Howard, plain and simple, is because I believe we can win. I really do. I believe we can win, and I think we can, and we can sustain winning here at Howard, and that's the number one reason that I came here.
You got that right, Coach. And also, I think another big thing about being at Howard, like I'm an HBCU grad myself, Coach. I went to Tennessee State University, so TSU is part of my blood, too. So being an HBCU school, you have a kind of an extra layer to help our young black men become fathers, husbands, businessmen, great career men in the world. So having that responsibility to help mold about 100 young men into great husbands, fathers, good citizens of this country, how does that really resonate with you as well, knowing that extra responsibility you have to help bring our young black men up in their formative years to become men?
There are certain things that a youth coach, high school coach, college coach, and pro coach can address with a young man, and he has an automatic audience with that young man's brain, right? He will listen. Now, sometimes the young people want to know that you can help them become a better player before they want to listen to you about becoming a better man. But that's the platform that we have. And I really think that the biggest part of this in where we are today is that I think so many of our families and so many of our young people have an awareness that maybe over a period of time, previous generations maybe haven't had. That young people and their families are seeking these kinds of opportunities at these kind of schools. They are looking for HBCUs. They're looking for these rich soils to raise these young people in and to have them grow. And I think that with everything that's going on in our country and in the world, I think there's never been a better time to be at HBCU and to grow and develop as a young person. And we're seeing that in how young people are being receptive in recruiting, how it's going for us, how we're being received in the homes of some players who've had some very significant opportunities in other leagues and much bigger football names and they're choosing Howard. So we're really excited about that, and we just think it's the right place to be at the right time.
And Coach, speaking of the young men you want to bring into your program, what type of young men are you looking to bring into your program? I know Howard has a lot of academic requirements as well. And what kind of young men you want to bring into this environment, your team, your culture, and your program, and to help you build this foundation for a long time to come? Sure.
One of the things that people have asked me frequently at the MEAC meetings last week, they were saying, hey, do you feel any limitations with the academic success of Howard? And I said, absolutely not. One of the most difficult scholarships to earn in America is to Stanford. Okay, Coach Shaw has done a phenomenal job at Stanford, and young people are really excited when they get an opportunity to get an offer there. That's how we believe Howard should be. And we've talked to our young guys that we think that the CEO of the top companies in this country, he ought to come from Howard. The guy who's writing, standing up, presenting truth to power in journalism and in articles should be from Howard. We think the guys who should, represent us in our government, in the Senate, in the House, in the White House, those young men should be from Howard. And we think the people that should be holding them to the standards that the community expects them to uphold should be from Howard. We think we ought to have a team of young men who should literally be the country's leaders because that's the kind of exposure you get here and that's the kind of opportunities you have. And we also think that should have a young person should be a phenomenal football player. And that's that model of how they're doing it at Stanford, which Coach Shaw has done, and some other tremendous places that we've coached and been exposed to, has really convinced us that right now, Howard and schools like it, this is the very best place to be in the time we are, because I think families have never been more aware of how important an education is. There's so much discussion on student loans and the tremendous debt that some families incur in order to send their young person to a college like Howard. And the fact that we can be there and offering a scholarship to accomplish that and all their dreams, we think this is the right place at the right time, one of the best places to be in America.
You got that right, Coach. What you said really just hits home with me, because for me, Coach, outside of my mother, out of both my grandparents on both sides of the family, I'm the only grandchild that has a college degree and a master's degree of all the grandkids from both my grandparents on both sides of the family. So for me, being the only one out of all 14 grandkids that go to college and get a degree and get also a postgraduate degree from a HBCU school, I mean, it's so important to have people in my life help groom me to do what I did. And I know for you, being a coach, it's really important to help groom the same kind of young men to go on to maybe to be their first graduate from their families as well, and to go and get master degrees as well, and be, like you said, CEO of businessmen, maybe a football player if they're so lucky. But most of us will have another different kind of career path after our playing day is over.
Here's one of the biggest things that I tell people. Neither one of my parents went to college, all right, anyone in our family. They were just rural Missourians. And it was really impactful for me to be able to go to college and legitimately have a chance to earn my degree. So when you look at a place like Howard, where we have a great law school, great medical school, school of journalism, communication, school of engineering, school of business, school of divinity, anything that a young man would want to come and learn and internalize and prepare himself for future greatness and future service, we have here. And so we don't find any conflict in being able to have your football abilities open doors for you that your mind has been contemplating. And that's the kind of young people we're looking for, guys who want to be distinctive, who want to be good at more than one thing, who are legitimately interested in trying to be excellent, not only in football, but in their academic endeavors and be really ambitious in their career endeavors. And we think that that's why Howard is such a special place right now, and we think that that's why we will be successful in the future.
And Coach, answer your schedule outside the MEAC. I see you at because I first season. Youngstown State with Jim Trust is also Harvard, who kind of like this, very high. I can when you play your older MEAC rival in Chicago, Hampton. Though at non-conference schedule, I see it's very good, man. It's a very high schedule you have there. So how that schedule come about?
This is perhaps the most ambitious schedule in history. And to be able to play a Big Ten right here in our neighborhood, to go play with the fourth winningest when it comes to championships at the FCS and Youngstown State, to be able to go play Harvard, which is the all-time eighth winningest program in college football. Those are significant. But the conference schedule and our long historic rival Hampton in Chicago, Soldier Field, that's going to be exciting. People in Chicago are already they're tweeting about it. They're talking about it on social media. They're excited. Our fans are excited about travel. But the reality is, there's some programs in our conference that are hot right now on the field, and we've got to be able to improve and compete and show that we belong on this MEAC block. And we have a lot of work ahead of us to accomplish that. And I'm sure you'll want to talk about some of the specifics, but we have planned for how we want to do that, but we know that we got to make some significant improvements in certain areas.
I was going to ask you, Coach, you kind of read my mind there. Who will be some of the key guys here in roster and offense and defense this year to help you achieve what you want to achieve in our conference and be at hopefully get our first NCAA play out there?
Well, don't say and we're not improving. Okay, so we were 94th in the country last year on defense, and that was one of the things that I looked long and hard at. And the time that I spent at Michigan, Don Brown, who's the defensive coordinator there, has had a tradition of having one of the best defenses in the country year in and year out, no matter where he's been. And so we brought staff members from Michigan who were young guys who worked under that system here because we really want to play great defense. And I think that our defensive front specifically will be a big key for us. We think we have a very exciting secondary. Jalen Smith, John Smith the 6th, Rodney Denard, Ty Freeland, all are all-conference caliber defensive backs. Aaron Walker, who was our MVP of the spring, playing our Viper position. But we really are kind of looking to see who's going to emerge in that defensive front. Zaman Robinson was somebody who had 5.5 sacks last year. We're looking for him to really step up. And Marcellus Allison, who was an all-conference linebacker a year ago, we're really looking for him to step his game up, and that'll be critical. On the offensive side, everyone knows that we have 5 skilled players that are highly regarded. Our quarterback from Atlanta, Rookie of the Year in 2017, Offensive Player of the Year in 2018, was just picked preseason by the coaches as the person who's the most likely to be Offensive Player of the Year this year. Kalen Newton, leadership. He's been terrific. We've got 2 wide receivers, and Anthony and Ezzard, all conference, either led the conference in receiving or, in Ezzard's case, led the nation in yards per catch. Phenomenal prospects, really good young men. Running back, Dedrick Parsons. He was, again, here's a young man who was newcomer of the year to the conference, preseason first-team All-MEAC. And one of the biggest, I think, surprises for us in the spring was a young man named Malik Hyatt, the tight end. He's a sophomore, and he was our MVP in the spring. He's really emerged, and I think that'll be a big help for us. And the thing that I like about every one of those young men that I just mentioned, every one of them over a 3.0. And in fact, 3 of the 5 over a 3.4, 3.5 GPA. These are young people who are serious about their education, are serious about what they're doing, and we think that's pretty exciting. Clearly on offense, we're going to have to improve in the offensive line. Too many sacks a year ago on the quarterback, and that's where a lot of our effort is going towards. But we're real excited about our team. It's going to be a young team. There's a lot of young talent in the team, and we believe that we've added some young talent to it in this past recruiting class. And so we're excited about our opportunity to go out and play this fall.
And I was going to say, Coach, with your expertise being an offensive line coach in the NFL all these years, and you can definitely help fix up that line for those guys with your wealth of experience you have doing the line there.
Well, no, that's, obviously that helps. It also is a good reminder because, being in the NFL, working with offensive line, when you come to the collegiate level, you can tell those young people, hey, look, these guys who are playing in pro football started out just like you, okay? They started out as young men who were good athletes, who were learning the skills and the trade of becoming an offensive lineman. And we believe that we're attracting the right young men because of that. And we think the young guys that we have here will grow and improve, but we got to go prove it. So our offensive skill guys are more proven commodities within the league and are more household names than our offensive line at this point.
And yeah, Coach, also I wanted to ask you this, Coach, before I got you on the phone here, is what has been your typical day like since you've been the new head coach at Howard? Because I'm pretty sure you a lot of meetings, a lot of interviews like you're doing with me, a lot of booster meetings, meeting with the administration, meeting with different people, staff, donors. So how was that been getting to know the people around Howard? How are your days typically structured now, right, since you've been kind of this little down period here before it all gets going here real soon, if we're getting ready for this first game against Maryland here on August 31st at College Park there?
Well, most of my days are structured the same. I only live about 4 or 5 blocks from campus here. I live the NFL commuting life, 45 minutes to an hour to get to work. I did that. I was determined when I came to Howard, I was going to live right here in D.C. in our neighborhood, and I do, and that's been a tremendous help. So when I get in the morning, obviously, first thing we do is we meet as a staff and we address any old business from the day before. But we're really working on recruiting as the number one thing. And then we'll obviously break up offense and defense, and we'll attack whatever side of the ball and whatever issues there are for that particular day and talk about schemes and concepts. But then we usually end the day with discussing our own players, their academic performance, how they're improving, and then always special teams. How are we going to try to improve in the kicking game? Because we believe that's the way that you really improve a team the quickest is in that area. And so that's what most of our days look very similar, and they look like that, with the exception of those days that we're actually on the road recruiting or on the field with our players. That's basically what the format is.
And, Coach, that's what I got for you, Coach. There's a professor, an Afro-American studies named Dr. Gregory Carr. She had him come speak to your team. He's a great man. He went to TSU, graduated in 87, the year I was born. He was just hilarious to a degree when I tell him that. But, I mean, you graduated the year I was born. But he's a great man. He can just give your team a lot of insight about life and in general. Just take a class from him. He's a very good man. I mean, Dr. Gregory Carr is a guy that should have come talk to your team. I mean, he definitely enjoy it. So with the staff as well.
Yeah, no, our players have been very involved with him already and have learned about him and his ability to the impact that he's had on our culture. And so we're very excited about that. One of our young people came to me the other day, and he came in and said, "Hey man, I need to tell you about this guy." He started telling me about Dr. Carr, and I'm like, "Thanks." But it was really exciting, the excitement on the young man's face, and how refreshing it was for someone to be familiar with one of our very own and be so excited about him. I think that's one of the things that makes Howard a significant place in our culture and in this country.
Well, Coach, it's been great to have you on the show. I've watched you over the years when you various stops, and I'm glad that after Coach Caldwell on Saturday mornings, he let go in Detroit, you landed in Michigan. Now you're here at Howard, man. So I'm definitely happy for you. Definitely be talking to you down the road and wishing you all the luck this season, Coach, and best luck to you guys down going forward, man.
Well, wouldn't it be great if we were able to reconnect with you in December down in Atlanta? So that's what our goals are. And so you'll get the very first interview when we get to town, okay?
Thanks a lot, Coach. I appreciate that. I look forward to it. I hope we see you at the Celebration Bowl for sure.
Yes, sir.
Coach, have a great one. Talk to you real soon now.
Take care of yourself.
All right, now, the folks is Ryan Prince of the Howard Bison on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.